Welcome, everyone. We're having another interview talking today about Rritual Superfoods. We've had some great interviews already with their CEO, David, and their chief product formulator in Stacy. You'll see those pop up as I'm saying them here. We highly recommend checking out those videos because, again, if you're looking at this as an investment, you should be hearing from the people leading this company. You should be knowing all the different elements about it as well. And that's what we've done those last two interviews. And that's exactly what we're going to do in today's interview as well. We're focusing a lot on the marketing and the strategy on the products that are going out there, the look, the feel, and all those different elements, but also the rollout strategy with that. And to do that, we've got the Chief Marketing Officer, Peter Palarchio. My good man, welcome.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I want to jump into some questions, but before that, just in case investors may not have heard of you before, they don't know about how you came to being with Rritual Superfoods. If you don't mind, just going over that little bit and how you came into your role as the CMO for the company.
Yeah, I think my background was predominantly a lot of agency work. So I think a lot of people, when they start in their marketing careers, end up at an agency and end up working in CPGs. So I did that and put in my kind of time in experiential, then moved over to digital, and then having worked with a lot of brands along the way, had founded my own kind of full service agency that focused on branding, digital design, strategy, and digital advertising as well. After I kind of exited that about a year and a half ago, I was kind of looking at interesting opportunities of businesses that I kind of believed in, and products that I believed in, things that I really wanted to work on. I think when you end up in the grind of a lot of agency work, sometimes you can get caught up and just kind of pushing out a lot of content, pushing out a lot of advertising, and really getting a little bit lost in what it is you're actually working on, what you're passionate about. And I think this was very serendipitous in a sense of the opportunity came along as I was just very interested in the space. I think as the pandemic started about a year ago, people were very interested in ways to help support their immune system, how to deal with stress, ways to naturally deal with anxiety and all these things that people might be experiencing the first time, whether it's sleep support or other things. And I actually discovered kind of this whole adaptogenic superfood world and had kind of started trying some of the products myself. Rritual wasn't even in existence yet. And then we met through a mutual acquaintance. And the guys introduced me to some of the founders, and we've been rolling ever since.
Yeah, and you're right. It is an interesting industry to be in, especially a category, because I never would have thought this either. Mushrooms. I've said this in numerous different interviews, but just speaking to people as well, I don't consume them too often, and I never really thought much about them. But when you start looking into mushrooms and the various different adaptogens that are going into it, if you watch the interview we did with Stacy and really she starts explaining why you guys chose these mushrooms and the effects it can have on your body, it really does shock you. And it's surprising. And I know that Rritual Superfoods is positioning itself to being the leading premium brand in the functional mushroom and superfood elixirs category. As the CMO, can you go a little bit into what you're doing as a product and as a brand to make that a distinction for yourself?
Yeah, and I think you touched on it. The products themselves, first and foremost, are great, and Stacy just did an exceptional job of putting them together, from a flavor profile to what we could do for price points, and then really the key is the formulations of those hero ingredients like the mushrooms you discussed, which is chaga, reishi, and lion's mane, which support different areas from immune health, cognitive support, and stress and sleep support. But it was actually the adaptogenic herbs that she really put in these to really create this amazing formulation that, if taken along with a healthy lifestyle, can really have some really great results. So I think as a product, the formulation is really a key differentiator. But then as a brand, and really that's what I'm here is, we don't want to just be a product and say, take this and that's it. We want to create an ecosystem and ways to really help people evolve their daily ritual. That, we want to stay true to our brand name and kind of our brand promise. And that's going to happen in a lot of different ways. I think that's going to happen when you subscribe to us as a newsletter and look at our editorial content, what we're already putting out in blog posts and journals, that it's going to target someone who's new to this space, that wants to understand why they're taking this, how much of it they should take, when. And then we even go beyond that to people who are very experienced in the superfood space and understand recipes, how to optimize their overall health. But then as time goes on, really expand our content inventory to overall well-being, guided meditations, at-home fitness, yoga, nutrition, proper diets. These are things as a brand we take very seriously, because as we even go beyond the kind of mushrooms and adaptogens into different products, being this great superfoods company, we really want to help people with that, and really want to be a great resource and wealth of information for them to help them have a better life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate that answer. It is important not just to provide obviously a product, but a lifestyle almost. You're helping people provide a healthier life for themselves. So going into all the different things you're just saying as well, it all comes in together and it all really puts together. And it's amazing because the functional mushroom space in itself, I think it was by 2025, is said to be almost $50 billion across the world. That's a massive market that's coming almost out of nowhere, you can argue. So one of the questions I was having is when it comes to gaining market share in this, and specifically when it comes to building brand awareness, what are the few things that Rritual Superfoods is doing in order to achieve that?
Yeah, I think, and you put it, there's obviously a big growing consumer demand here, and we're going to have to find a way to separate amongst the crowd. And we're going to use, in a sense, traditional advertising tactics to gain that awareness. We're working on great scripts and great video productions for YouTube pre-roll, on those types of, again, marketing tactics that will put our name out there, show great visuals, and really describe the product itself. And then enhance that through, once you become a customer, how to help them along through our email marketing to stay in touch with people, utilizing our social media feed. I mean, I think we're already over 25,000 Instagram followers, which is a great way to kind of spread the message. And again, already putting out great content there, already putting out recipes, already putting out editorial content to not just continue to push, give a reason to come back, see, we want to be a part of that ritual. And again, kind of using the best digital tactics we can in terms of geo-targeting, remarketing, looking where this interest is. If we know people are searching for this in certain areas of the United States where we're launching, like California, could go right down to a city in Seattle, we're going to target those areas because we're already learning that they have interest. So we want to put it in front of the right eyeballs, people that are really interested in this, and really explain to them why we should be kind of their superfood of choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially when it comes to differentiating your products amongst all these other mushroom cut products that are coming out there, because there are a few that are now making their way. You see coffees where it's already there. You see different brands, different things. What really differentiates your product from them? What's attracting retailers? I know that David was saying you guys are going to be launching in roughly around 2,500 stores, over 13,000 points of contact. That's a lot of different stores and retailers that have said, hey, we want your products on our shelves. What have you done to really differentiate your product in that way in terms of like branding and price points?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start kind of with the brand itself. It's not limited. So I think when you look at some of the competitors in the space, they've really identified themselves as a coffee or a tea, where really we're completely flexible. We're starting with our stick packs, which can be taken with you anywhere. You can grab a couple of them if you're going away for a night and bring them with you, or our tubs, in which you can, have a perfect scoop and add it to whatever you want. It works well in your morning coffee. It works well in your tea. It works well in your smoothie, and it works great with, dairy-free milks as well. That's how I take my reishi at nighttime with some oat milk, and it's delicious. So I think you've probably touched on it with what Stacy's done with the product itself, but how she's built this up, how to have natural bitter blockers. Some of these products can be a little bit bitter due to the mushroom itself, but she's found a way to have, natural, additive-free formulation that's organic, USD organic, that's vegan, sugar-free, caffeine-free, all of these great things. It's a daily prebiotic. That's really differentiated ourselves. And then, like I said, all the things that we want to do as a company is really making it appealing to retailers. A lot of retailers will put you on the shelf, but really they want to work with us on our plan to get off. And they've all been pretty impressed with what our marketing plan, what our rollout looks like. And they certainly believe in that. And then the price point, the price point's great. In the United States, we're going to be $19.99 for our stick packs and $34.99 for our tubs, which is, a 2-week and a 1-month supply, respectively, which is really, really great. It's not going to be cost prohibitive for a lot of people to try out these great products and then, build that as part of their daily ritual.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm very excited for these to hit stores. I know that we can't ask that question. I wanted you so badly, but something we'll find out via news release, I'm sure, in the near future. But really excited to see it hit the stores, hit markets, hit consumers. And Peter, I just want to appreciate very much your time, and thank you for your time. Look forward to seeing everything that you have in store for the rest of this year and beyond as well. So thanks again for coming on.
Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it.